Hey everybody, welcome to my living room. I just wanted to show you how I like to block items, especially those made of wool, or those that were showing curling on the edge. Remember you saw how the edges of this were kind of all curling in. Well, I don't want that. I want them to be flat and straight when I put the fringe on and finish this poncho. So I've gone ahead, I got it a little bit damp in the sink, a little bit of water. And then I actually kind of rolled out some of the water using an old clean towel, and I pinned it to this surface. Now you can pin it to anything that you have, but if you're looking for something that's really functional and economical, you don't have to go buy anything fancy schmancy for this. You can go up to your local homeware store. And this matting that I put it on is just rubber mat, and you can see it kind of pieces together like a little puzzle. And I'm using 4 of them, and really that's all you need for like any other sweaters or small afghans and things that you may want to block. So I've gone ahead and I've pinned this into shape the way I think I want it to be. And I'm just going to let this dry overnight. I've got a couple of ceiling fans in my living room, so this should be nice and dry and very flat tomorrow. And then once it's done, I'm going to go ahead and finish it off with the fringe. So I hope this is kind of helpful. This is not real complicated. There are many different forms of blocking, and you can go online and see other variations. Sometimes people recommend using a steam iron. That might work, but I'm just a little gun shy about doing things like that with my wool. I would rather do this way because I don't want the heat to hurt my fabrics, okay? If you used acrylic, you need to be very careful. If you're going to try to use heat to block, you need to be very careful because the heat can actually melt the fibers. So I'm just doing a wet block here, and like I said, it should be done tomorrow morning. And then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to show you how to make some fringe. Now I'd like to show you how to make some fringe. In order to do this, you're going to need a book, or maybe even a CD case is actually a perfect size. One of those plastic CD cases, or even just a cardboard cut to 5 inches wide. And the idea is we're going to wrap the yarn around and cut it in one place. That would leave us a 10-inch strand. Okay, if it's a little bit longer than 5 inches, that's okay. A little bit is fine. That just gives us a little more room to work with. You're also going to need a pair of reliable scissors that will actually cut the yarn, not just, gnaw at it. You want to be able to get a good clean cut so that the fringe looks good. And of course, you're going to need your crochet hook for applying the fringe. But let me go ahead and just show you a quick way to make the fringe. So if you just hold the yarn like so, and we're going to wrap the yarn loosely around the book. Okay, don't pull it real tight because that will give you short fringe, because once the tension releases, you'll have a much shorter piece. So just gently wrap the fringe around, and you're going to need hundreds of these. So this is going to be something that you're going to be doing for a little while. So this makes it a lot easier to just cut, many pieces of fringe at once. Of course, you're going to be doing many more, but and after you line them up, and just simply cut. And by doing it this way, you've got, a handful of fringe that is all cut the same length. So that's just a lot easier than doing it one at a time. So go ahead, and you're going to need quite a few to go around the perimeter of the poncho. So go ahead. I would suggest cutting, a pile of this, and then sitting down and then putting it onto the poncho. And I'll show you now how to apply it to the poncho. So in order to do this, I like to take the strand and even up the ends just like that, because I'm hoping that I don't need to trim this, that I'm going to just, go with it the way it is on the poncho. But so if you hold it nice and even like this, you can give it some tension. I like to come in from the back through both loops along the edge. Notice that this is the front side facing upwards. Okay, and then we pull the strand down like this, wrap the hook with those 2 strands in my hand, and pull through and give it a tug. And I'm done with that one. Several hundred more to go. So this is kind of a nice relaxing thing you can do in the evening, maybe, or sitting watching a program or listening to something on the radio or a podcast. And I'm going to put them in one in each stitch. There are other variations you can do on fringe, and I do have some on my channel. I'll be sure to put the links in the description below. And if you even wanted to, vary the color at this point, I've decided that I really like this yellow, and since I've used the yellow so sparingly in the design or color number 2, I really wanted to feature that for the fringe. But if your team colors are different, and you wanted to alternate, color 1, color 2, color 1, color 2, or even color 1, color 2, black and white, all the way around, use your imagination. You can do whatever you like on this. So this is how you do the fringe. And once we get a lot on there, and it's gonna look nice, and just kind of give it a nice final touch there. All right, so let me show you the final product. Okay, now that we have our poncho almost done and we have the fringe attached, notice that some of the fringe is nice and straight, while other parts of the fringe has a little bit of a curl to it. And let me show you even some of this back here. Let's try with the back side. It has a lot of curliness to it because the yarn was kind of towards the inside of the skein, so it was kind of wavy. And I want all of the fringe to look uniform, and I want to show you an easy way to do that. I have my little handheld steamer. Maybe you have something small like this or something larger in your home. This was online. It was very cheap. I don't remember how much it cost, but it was under $20. It's really great for traveling, especially if you don't have a way to iron your clothes, and it works great on fringe. Okay, so all I have to do is hold it here gently, let the steam do its job, and you can see even right here just how the steam is taking that curl right out. This works really well on acrylic yarns too. So if you used acrylic instead of the wool that I used, this should be safe for it as well. You need to be careful about not getting yourself burned. But this is just a great way to take out. See how straight that looks now? I just love the way that fringe looks. Okay. Well, as soon as I get done with this, I'll be all completely done with my project. But thank you for joining me for this Sports Fans poncho, Team Sport poncho. I hope you enjoy it. Hope you enjoy wearing your favorite team sports, whether you're, colors, whether you're outside at a ball game or inside at a hockey rink. These are just so much fun. Well, if you like this project, if you could go ahead and hit the thumbs up, that would be great. It would also let others know that you like the project too. And if you haven't subscribed already, please hit that subscribe button so that you don't miss any of the offerings I have coming your way. God bless. Bye-bye.